was just kind of real simple. But then you're going to blame God. I can't believe, God, you got me wet. God's going, I can't believe you're not under the umbrella. You know what I'm saying? So we walk out of the path of, we always talk about the boundaries, walk out of the boundaries. Hell is raining down outside of the boundaries all the time. God is saying, I got you covered. Stay within my protection of my tabernacle. Person goes, well, I just want to do that right now. I want to run outside the boundaries because I want to play with them. So when you play with them, you get the hell that's raining on them too. But then the thought would be, how could God let that happen? The thought would be, why did the person walk outside of God's protection? See, because he's giving us choice. God can't force the person to stay in his protection. Somebody said it the other day, I was talking with it, it's like, well, actually this is a person that used to be here. And they were saying, well, why would God let that happen? I was like, why did you let it happen? I said, because, okay, like right now we lease this building. So they can't just walk in here and just do stuff in the same. Because we pay for the authority to do what we do. Right? So if you mortgage your house or lease your house or whatever, lease your apartment, they just can't just be rolling in. They got to get permission. So it's the same thing. God has given us, we just read it, dominion over earth. We have dominion over earth. So God just can't force his way in. See, we think the earth is the world, the everything. But the earth is not. We just read there's like 3 heavens. So the earth is just like a marble compared to everything that God has created. So we have dominion over the earth, not over the universe, just the earth. So God is like, that's yours. Now, if you need me, you can call things on earth as there is in heaven. You can, whatsoever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Whatsoever you loose on earth shall be loose in heaven. But you have to bind and loose. That's on you. If you don't bind and loose, or if you don't believe in the authority I've given you, I can't do nothing with that. But I've given you the keys to the kingdom. So now we say, why did that happen? And God is like, why did you allow it to happen? Because all creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. Waiting for us to get in our position of authority. Manifestation of sons of God. Sons of God operate in the authority that they were designed to operate. So a lot of times when we're not in position, we're allowing stuff to happen. Stuff happening in our house, God's like, but I gave you the keys. I gave you authority. I gave you dominion. Why aren't you using the dominion I gave you? Even when the disciples was on the boat, and they ran it back, Master, don't you care that we perish? Look, they was blaming him. You, Jesus, you on the boat, and there's a storm. Jesus is saying to himself probably, okay, we're in the earth. Satan was cast down here. We're going to the other side to destroy his works. He sees us coming. He creates a storm. He's been creating storms forever. But when Jesus got up, he didn't go, oh my God, it's a storm. His response was, where are your faith? Like why don't I just use, because he's fresh from heaven. So he's like, why don't you just use your, wait a minute, I was trained before I came down here. You guys have to be. Listen, man, how long have I been, peace be still. When there was demons and the disciples, they was like, your disciples couldn't cast this demon out. Jesus was like, man, how long am I going to be with y'all before y'all get it? Man, bring the boy here. And when he brought the boy, the demon started to do what he did with the disciples because he figured, I punked the disciples by making the kid go wild. It's foaming and all types of stuff. Jesus was like, that's cute. Who's in there? And then they had to tell, it was like a legion. It was like 2,000 demons in one person. He says, y'all got to get out. He says, okay, can we just go to the pigs? And they cast them out into the pigs. And it says 2,000, that's how we know it was 2,000 demons. 2,000 pigs ran and drowned in the water. See, so we have dominion and authority. That's not what we're supposed to be talking about today, but I thought I slipped that in there. Let's go, what did I read? 18? Verse 19 says, because that which may be known of God is manifested them, for God has showed it unto them. Now verse 20 is the key. It says, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world, from way back in Genesis 1, are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even as eternal power and Godhead, so that we are without excuse, or they are without excuse is what it says. So we don't have no excuse to believe in God. He's reflected or gave a reflection or a picture of his existence by what's created. I mean, if you just walk through the Grand Canyon, man didn't make that. Niagara Falls, man didn't make that. Looking at the sun every day should be a reminder there is a God. Or when you see the rainbow. Because I mean, if you just stop, meditate, there's a rainbow in the sky, multicolors, looping in the sky. How did you get there? That's color, like the stuff that you draw. It's in the sky. It's just sitting in the sky. So you have to say, how did you get there? Somebody just flashed the light and looped it. So you know it's a God by the things he created. Look at our design. Okay, we look at the cameras and things like that, and we see, cameras take pictures. They have an optical lens. So they flash, take a picture, store the picture, and then it's developed. But they made cameras from us. That's what our eyes do. Every time you blink, it takes a picture. And it stores it in your memory. That's why, the movie Born Identity, the guy was picking up stuff even though he wasn't focused on stuff. Because every time you blink, you take a picture. So they train certain people, they'll say, okay, come in the room. They won't tell them to look around. When they sit down, they'll go, okay, now tell me everything you saw from the time we walked in the room and sat down. And the person will be, oh, I saw this, I saw that. Oh my God, I saw this, I saw that, I saw this, I saw. But they wasn't trying to see it. But they were taking pictures the whole time. So if you look at it, you get a cut and it heals. You get a cut and it heals on its own. Like, you don't see no little people in there trying to mend it together. I broke my arm. They set my arm. When I broke it, they set it. They put a cast on it. The doctors did not heal it. There's a couple of doctors I get on their nerves because they say, they heal people, but they really don't. They do assist in the healing process, because if they didn't set it, I have a crooked finger right here. This was never set. So that's why it's still crooked. Is it the left hand? Right hand. My right hand is probably a little off because I fractured it, but I just wrapped it up, but I never went and got it set. It healed, but it healed off. This healed off, but my arm healed straight. And I thank God it did, because if I didn't go to the doctor, it would have healed in a Z shape. So I'd be walking around here with a Z-shaped arm. That would be a weird little shot, wouldn't it? It would already be set. I just took my wrist. You see what I'm saying? So so God is showing us he exists by the things he created. Okay, and then number 3, we'll be doing this for a few weeks. So number 3, we believe in worshiping the one and only God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and not gods fallen from heaven, or created of men, or created of man's hands. So we worship God for a reason, but we don't worship everything. We don't worship statues. So we're not coming against what everybody else does. The God we serve has us worshiping him, not what's been created by man. So if there's a statue, there's certain religions that worship a statue. That was made by man. The statue didn't just show up. There's I'll let it go. I was about to. Well, I'll tell y'all. This is a class. All right, so you got ALLAH, 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. It's a statue. You know what I'm saying? So we don't worship statues. Other people may, for whatever reason. And if you read through the Bible, there were quite a few other people in existence when the children of Israel were in existence. They worship Goddess Diana. They worship Ashtoreth, which is Jezebel is descendant, because she worshiped Ashtoreth and all those different gods where they would manipulate and control. But they all worship those. We don't worship that. And God told the children of Israel, listen, whatever you do, don't merge with them and start worshiping graven images. Graven, something that was carved out and created. And so they would build high places and worship graven images when they started to go into corruption. We don't do that. Now let's look at, so we said that we don't worship God's fallen from heaven. So let's look at Luke chapter 10. Because you remember we said that you had Satan. All these factions of gods are his way of getting people to worship him, but he has almost like agents or representatives. So you have an insurance agent. Insurance agent is not the insurance company. So we have an insurance agent for the insurance we have here, but the actual company is Hartford. But we're working through an agent. We were introduced to Hartford through an agent. Well, what the adversary tries to do is introduce you through music, through idols, through all different types of factions. So it might have been the goddess Diana, but that was just another representative for him. Ashtoreth or Ashtaroth, there's two, male and female. That was just another representative. Belial or Baal, that was another representative. So everything is about all these gods were representatives. So we'll start with the core here, and the reason why we shouldn't be worshiping the adversary. Oh, okay. Jesus has sent out 70. He sent out 70, and he sent them out without script. He said, man, go out there, no script, no nothing. The Spirit will show you what to do, and I give you power to cast out demons or whatever. So verse 17, it says, and the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. Even the devils are subject unto us. See, that's why, so Jesus is like, you have power over the root of everything. Lack, doubt, fear, catastrophe. You have power. I've given you power. Why are you letting this stuff have power over you? So then verse 18, he said, and he said unto them, so his response to them, we got power over devils. He said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. See, so his point was the fact that Satan fell from heaven, he doesn't have the access to the power that you guys have. He says, so why would you worship someone that's fallen from heaven when you are connected to heaven? That wouldn't even make sense. Letting somebody have more power over you than you should have over them. And then let's go to Matthew 4. So the adversary, knowing he has no power, is the same thing people do in school, in the hood. I remember my son was playing in the tournament one time, and the first game he had, his first game he ever had 20 points. So he had 21 points. So that was, at that point, that was the best game of his career. So he goes to the next game, and they're playing a team. I guess in their city it was the hood. But one of the players he had played with at AAU and was very successful basketball player at the time. I don't know what happened to this kid. This guy cursed him out the whole game. I was watching it. He was just, and I was like, don't let him do it. My son had 4 points that game. And I know I. See, and I told him later, I said, you have to say to yourself, why is this guy trying to curse you out? If he knows he's better than you, he would just destroy you. His game would do all the talking. But he was afraid. He knows you can play. So he figures, okay, if head to head, this guy might embarrass me. So what I got to do is make him think I'm better. False evidence appearing real. I got to try to intimidate him to distract him from what he can do. And it worked that particular day. Well, that's what the adversary does. He wants us to think he has more power than we do. He's seeking whom he may devour. So here in Matthew 4 it says, then Jesus was led of the Spirit into the wilderness. And you know the story. Satan tried to tempt him, turn this stone into bread. He says, man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. He said, it is written. Then he tried to tempt him. He says, I'll give you all these kingdoms if you bow down to me. He says, it is written that even you have to worship the Lord God. So, and then after he got to a point, after the temptation,